south side of the H-Town, north side of the H-Town, east side of the H-Town, west side
We like to
of the
happy birthday.
Hey, Jack here.
It's your boy TB from the SIP.
And we got a special guest that decided to bless us with his presence today, Mr. Rosha Washington.
Yo, what's up?
So, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm living this quarantine life like everybody else.
How was that? How was that for you? That quarantine life?
I mean, honestly, I'm a loner anyway. Like as I got a little older, I started to like be by myself more. Like so, this is kind of like my normal, to be honest. Like I don't really go out there much anymore. So it's been cool, real relaxing, real recuperating type stuff.
Okay. So, for the people that don't know Rosha Washington, tell the people a little about yourself.
Okay, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Born and raised. I I graduated from Bonneville High School, but I went to several high schools and middle schools due to Hurricane Katrina. I'm one of those Katrina kids. I was a teenager around that time. After high school, I went to Southeastern Louisiana University, and I got my degree in finance. And after I left Southeastern, I started working at a bank in accounting, and then I just realized it wasn't really for me. I always had a taste and a love for acting. I even did some plays and stuff at this Oxford Academy at the school I was at before. And a friend of mine had actually did some background work one day, and it was like, hey, you can make some extra money being background like extras on movie sets. So one day I went and did it, and it was a movie called Free State of Jones with Matthew McConaughey. And actually, when I got there, I got bit by the acting bug because I got to see them do the acting with the like the actors and the director and behind the scenes type stuff, and I just fell in love with it instantly. And I was like, man, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I was working at the law firm, got fired on some prejudice stuff. We ain't really gonna get into that.
Okay.
But it was meant to happen though. It was meant to happen because I got fired on a Friday, and then I got signed by my agent that Wednesday, next Wednesday. And I've been trying to get my agent for like 7 months. I have been trying to get an agent for a long time. So got with my agent, started working regular little jobs like hotels and things like that. And then I started being a teacher. I mean, as an actor, as an artist, the route that I chose was we call them gigs and jobs. I worked for Essence every summer, Solomon Group on the operations team. I mean, I did mental health work. I did everything. So in the process of building my career, you know what I'm saying? So I'm signed with Louisiana Talent Agency. I've been with them for about 5 years now. And yeah, everything's looking up. I mean, it was a rough start at the beginning for the first couple of years, but now, I mean, 2019, everything just came out of nowhere. I booked the DJ Screw project, and then I booked a movie that hasn't come out yet with Kate Hudson and Craig Robinson, and I have a big part in that. So 2019 was a really big year for me. And I traveled to New York for school and things like that. So yeah, man. So now I'm here with y'all. We quarantined again.
So
Still thugging it out.
So tell me this: how well you told us how you got into acting. So when you got into that first casting call, what did you look like? What did you look for? Like, did it catch you off guard? Did it surprise you? Were you nervous?
Like my first audition?
Yeah. For your first role?
Like the first role I booked or the first audition?
Just the first audition you ever did.
I mean, honestly, like I said, I had already been in an acting arena since I was smaller.
Okay.
But as far as being in front of the camera and things like that, that was different. But I had taken classes before I had started auditioning. So, and in the class process, you go through that. You know, they have the camera set up and you do all of that. And it's honestly, the audition process is way less than what people think. I mean, honestly, it's a building. You go, you check in, sign your name, they call your name. You walk in the room. There's no conversation. Ain't no back and forth. It's you go straight, do your audition, and then walk out. Literally 5-10 minutes, depending on how long your scene is. Even not even that, literally 2 minutes sometimes.
Sure.
And so I mean, it was kind of one of those quick type auditions. You know what I'm saying? And after, I mean, you'd be a little nervous, but once you do it so many more times, it's like, oh, this is what it is. This is what I do. And a lot of practice. So I don't really remember being like uncomfortable or anything.
Before we get there, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So you list a laundry list of things, you know, a lot of work, a lot of time that you put in. How old are you?
27.
27. And when you speak of how you got to where you are, one would think you are 50 easy because you say you've done a lot. But before we get to 2019 to the breakthrough, what did you use? What was your passion, your drive, your focal point to keep pushing, to keep pursuing that versus, you know, just searching all the different things you were going through?
Honestly, after I had the job in Baton Rouge, it was something that I thought I wanted so bad. I mean, I beat out over 200 people for this job. It was an all-white law firm. And
Congrats.
once I got that job, and then I saw how I lost it in a month, like out of nowhere, it like changed my whole way of thinking of how I look at life. I mean, you guys, coach. I've always been a person like good grades, gotta check this box, look at I go to college, I go to degree, get a house. You know, I was always in that mind frame. But once that happened, it showed me that life is not gonna always be so cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I just had a thirst for passion because I was like, I'm not about to go back into something I know I can't see myself doing for 30 years. And what I tell people now is, I mean, I feel like when you operate in your natural gifts that God gives you, that's when the door is really open. And it's not going to always be easy at first, but you're going to just feel it through the process. You just know. And then I just put it in my mind that this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not doing nothing else. Like, I mean, I had so many job offers through the years, like to keep teaching for $50,000 for a year, I'll come back and I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. That's why I switched so many jobs, because I'd be moving and things happen, and I always just pulled and kept focused on what I wanted to do. I want to be an actor. And God had been showing me my career. You know what I'm saying? He showed me my career. It was like, this is something you want to do. It's going to take some sacrificing. It's going to take some lifestyle changes. It's going to take some you healing people, you know, healing relationships in your life, because that's the way I'm going to bless you. Because if I see you changing, acting like me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So through that whole process, I started to do those little things and be in lows in life. And then it just started to work out. I was getting auditions and I would be on set. I did a lot of independent projects. And when I get on set, that's the most I'm alive. And that's when I knew this is like what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm put on earth to do. And this is my gift. So that just it's kind of like easy for me. It's like, it ain't no other thing to do. I don't have a plan B. This don't work out. It ain't no not. I don't have a plan B. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that was a big thing for me. Like, a lot of people have side things and other things that they can fall back on. But for me, I just was like, look, this is it. This ain't it. Because I don't know how to do nothing else. I ain't no gangster. I ain't a thug. So I can't go sell drugs. I mean, I knew friends and family that do that. Can't do the streets. I don't play sports. So it's like, I mean, got to find my area. That was my area.
Well, that's good to hear. You know, people need to hear. They need to know. Most people just see the good side, but they need to know if it's your passion, if that's what you want, you have to work for it. It doesn't come easy. It takes, you know, as they say, blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to be some hard days. You're going to eat some ramen noodles. All of that come with it. But you have to persevere to get there. So thank you for sharing.
What about that now? Oh my, Roman noodles. That was
I mean, I've heard some stories. I mean, beanie weenies sometimes. You never know.
What, pork and beans, whatever.
Right, out the can.
Out the can.
So there's a saying in the Bible. I don't know if you're biblical or not. It says, "Where a man's treasure is, that's where his heart is." So that's kind of similar to what you're saying. How you have that passion and you push towards what you believe in. Like you said, no plan B. It's all in. It's all or none, right? All
or none. And honestly, it was even more easier because I put my faith in God. It wasn't in me. I was like, God, you showed me this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, okay, so you got to do your thing.
Right.
I'm gonna do this, but you gotta. I be charging him on his word. You know what I'm saying? It worked out. Took a couple of years, a lot of struggles and things happening, life altering events, losing family members and stuff, but it worked out. You know.
And your breakthrough came in 2019.
Yes, it did. Yes.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Won't he really?
So, okay, so how did you, prior to the casting for DJ Screw, did you know about DJ Screw? Did you know the legacy of DJ Screw? Nothing.
No, I knew of DJ Screw, which is the craziest part. I mean, you know, I'm from the city, so we didn't really, especially my age range in the '90s, we grew up on Cash Money and No Limit. We didn't have space in that, and we was on. That's when bounce was really developing. So all of our music was fast paced. You know, everything was fast paced. So even if something like screw music was introduced to us, we probably would have turned it off because it was the total opposite of it. But now I knew of him because of chopped and screw music and you know people shouting him out things. But I had no idea like the legacy, the pioneer.
Who you are now becoming.
I still don't know. To be honest, people tell me all the time. They'll be like, "Man, you don't know who you playing." I'm just
like for real. So what's funny how I found out that she was playing a role. It was funny. I was strolling through my phone, strolling through social media, and I knew that it was advertising for the Biopic for All Screwed Up. I was like, that, you know, here in Houston, it's a big population of screw fanatics, and they love screw. They 50-year-old men still got torch-down jeans on, piece and chain,
banging screw
with swingers and Vogues and candy paint. They still do that to this day. That's just ingrained inside of them. But I was scrolling through my Instagram. I was like, man, that guy looked just like DJ Screw. I was going through the pictures.
Yeah.
I think I know that guy. Further, I said, I do know that guy. That's when I reached out to you. I was like, oh, congratulations. I said, we got to have a conversation, man. Because I said, that's well, congratulations. That's first of all. And,
thank you.
That was a blessing, man. But did you, far as the impact that you know that you're going to have by doing this movie, you know the impact you're going to have? Or you think you ever thought about it?
I mean, you are about to bridge generations. Like you say, your generation does not understand it. Our generation, we know DJ Screw, we know Bangin' Screw, we know from Bayou Classic, whatever, you getting a certain thing. And just like anything else, this time, social media, these things, you are about to bridge like generations like none other. It's gonna be a movie. That's a big thing.
I mean, so I think about it, but mostly me, I'm more focused on the work.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like everything else is gonna come. It's gonna happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? And all of the fame and all of the everybody and the crowds and you know all the different interviews and people and all of the big names that's involved already. It's like that still just like goes straight through my mind because I know I have a job to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like God gave me the opportunity, so it's like I'm going to do everything in my power to kill it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? So my mind right now, even before, like when I got the role, my main focus is really just focusing on preparing for the part. You know, being the best actor, being the best screen on the screen. You talking about killing it. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't think about the aftermath that much right now. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So when you think about focusing, like you say, we go through our trials and tribulations, right? We have our life. How do you separate what you currently going through to pour all your energy and resources and mental state into playing this character and bringing it to life? How do you separate that and stay focused through it all?
And see, that's the thing. For acting, we're taught to feel. So it's not really even a lot about separating it and putting it to the side. It's about taking it and knowing how to take this piece and put it over there, take that piece, put it over there. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's more so merging those feelings and everything that I'm going to make, you know, with the Black Lives Matter movement and, you know, COVID-19, all of the stress and things that we have going on. If I was actually filming right now, then I could actually be poured to the character. But honestly, but sometimes I do, because I'll go in my room. I have a studio, and I just go in there and just be screwed out. like for the whole day. You know, like just reading articles, listening to music, watching videos, watching interviews. You know, so I know how to seclude myself. You know what I'm saying? That's just the actor in me. Like we weird. Like we're not real social people. At first we are. Like I'm an introvert extrovert. So like I'm not like most actors, but I have an introvert side of me that is like I could just get by myself and just really cut off and really get in tune with it. So it's a little bit of both. I mix it in sometimes, but then sometimes I do separate it, you know?
What's your dream job, your dream role? If you had just the one, this is for me, I want it, I'm going to get it.
Honestly, I mean, without like being super specific, it would probably be something like what I have now, like with school. Because, and I say that because my actor type is funny, or my niche. I like dramatic. That's
Okay.
what I like to do, drama. But I book a lot of funny stuff, and like just by my appearance and who I am regularly, you wouldn't see me as a screw type person on screen. So my role, and honestly, what happened was I was watching When They See Us, and that came out in April, one of those months before the audition last year. And I was watching it, just like, man, God, I would love to be able to add something to my resume that I could show another side of me, another color. Because a lot of people don't know, like, I'm really from New Orleans. Like, my brothers are really like gangsters, my family, but I just don't. I have that side in me, so it's like I'd be like, damn, I want to showcase that because that's not regular shit. I wish I could do it on camera. So when I got the role for DJ Screw, I was like, hell yeah, I get to be a thug. So that's kind of like, because me as an actor, a good acting is knowing how to do multiple different things, not just be funny and do all funny roles. Like I'm talking about be funny, be serious, be dramatic, be scared. That's good acting for me. And I feel like I've done all the rest of them, but as far as like a serious flip side of my personality, this is the challenge. And this is kind of what I would consider a dream role.
So who are some of your mentors inside the business and outside the business that encourage you to do what you do?
So one of my mentors is I call him my big brother. His name is Jaron Mitchell. He's an actor from down here. He was in, I don't know if y'all saw Lovebirds, the guy with the turtleneck, drinking the wine. It's my mentor. He got me signed to my agency.
Okay.
He gave me the referral. Actually, Betsy Curly, the girl that was with him, the curly hair mixed girl, that's my good friend as well. And but Jaron's my mentor. I mean, he been there since, like I said, day one. Me signing on, like always giving me little tips and things, you know, telling me the do's and don'ts and how to be patient, you know what I'm saying, and realize that there's gonna be ups and downs in the business and the industry. I don't really have a lot of outside industry mentors. I mean, besides like close friends, you know what I'm saying, people I talk to, but for us in the industry, like a real mentor is Jaron Mitchell. He's in The Purge too. He's a regular on The Purge. Okay. He was in a ton of stuff, but yeah, the Lovebirds recently, Jaron Mitchell.
Yeah, I just recently also found out that in the city of New Orleans, there's a lot of actors that come out of New Orleans. I didn't realize that.
There's an entire school. When I lived in St. Tammany, there was a group of kids for the School of Performing Arts. They would go to their regular high school for so many. It's Harry Conner Jr. I think his school, but it was a group of kids. The parents would like carpool them across the lake to go to school. But there's a whole School of Performing Arts. There's amazing actors and actresses that come out of New Orleans.
Yeah.
And you add it to the list, man. So
yeah, look.
Did you get an opportunity to meet the family, DJ Screw's family?
Yes, I've met. I mean, his mom is passed, and his dad is now passed. His dad passed probably when we was in production, but I met his sister. I met and a lot of his close friends, because that's like mainly the family. He has a brother Charles. I haven't met him yet, but his sister, a lot of the SUC members, and all of those people. I've met all of them.
Okay.
So how's the Houston cultural support been for you, man? You know, you from New Orleans. Some people may look at that like, man, we want somebody from Houston to play DJ Screw, right?
And honestly, man, I was nervous about that. I
Yeah.
was extremely nervous about it because New Orleans is the same way. We're a prideful city. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I was like, damn, I'm from the city. I was like, they're not gonna like this.
Mess this up.
They're not. I
Don't
was
mess
like, they're
this
not.
up.
Don't mess this
But
up.
look, I got a DM saying those exact words. Don't mess this shit up. I was like, man. But honestly, man, like they've been showing a lot of love. Like the whole Houston, like it's been nothing but positive. Like I mean, I get DMs every day. You know what I'm saying? Like from his fans and people from Houston, like, man, you have no idea what you're doing for our city. Like you're a legend, forever legend here. You changing the culture. Like, thank you so much for telling the story. Like all, like everybody's like pumped because it's more so they love Screw so much. So it's like we don't even care. Long as the story being told, we don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it just helps that I look like him a lot and that I was doing a good job on the trailer. You know what I'm saying? So that made people even more like, oh yeah, we messing with this. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot. Even when I came to Houston this weekend, when I come to Houston, you know, it's all love. When I go places, people that notice me, it's love. Like I was like, man, this is crazy.
And I think it would be that too, because they just want to see it. They
Yeah,
want to give him his just dues, you know what I'm saying, for paving the way for so many artists in the city. So shit, I already know they like, man, hey, just do
20
your thing
years,
and we're
you
gonna
bringing it back. That's all
yeah,
they see. It's like 20 years, we get it again. So they welcoming
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So Rashay, so have you got an opportunity to mentor some? Cause I'm pretty sure you have some kids, not just in New Orleans, that look up to you. You're a young man, and you're doing what you're doing. Do you get an opportunity to mentor some of the kids?
Um, I have one of my frat brothers, one of my neos. He's getting into acting, so he's kind of like one of my mentees that I help
Okay.
along the way. But I just came to Houston and spoke to a group of actors on Saturday for the Houston Rising Artists Texas Rising Artists Houston. One of those ways, but yeah. But honestly, like people, a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Hey, I want to be an actor." You know, of course, everybody want to be an actor. As soon as they see you on the screen, they're like, "Oh, I want to be an actor, man." I have tons of those messages, but all I do is tell them, I be like, "Okay, get some professional headshots and get some classes, then come holler at me." 99% of them don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're not really that serious. They just want to be famous. They just want to be on TV, or they see you and they, well, I could do it too. You can, but it's a whole process with doing that. But no, I do have a mentee, my Neo. He's in the process of becoming an actor as well. So, and I'm sure it's gonna be many more, you know, that come out. Like I'm open to it because I know people did it for me. So I'm one of those people. I don't hold nothing back. Anything I learn, I'm giving it out for free. You know what I'm saying? Because I ran into people when I was coming up that wouldn't want to give me information. You know what I'm saying? Like our people, you know what I'm saying, that was at a certain point and just feel like they was too busy or this is that. And those same people
Mm-hmm.
are DMing me, man, congrats. And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy, huh? Like I was just asking you some headshot people, and now you in my DM. But it goes to show you, like, you can't never get too big headed because you
Right.
never know who
Right.
coming up under you or what could happen. Because look what happened. Like I literally, all of my friends around me was booking. I mean, Claws, Purge, NCIS New Orleans, movies, all kind of stuff, and that was my circle, like my circle of actors, and I wasn't booking anything. So you gotta understand, like where I'm coming, what I had to deal with all those years of having friends like that. But I always knew when my career was gonna happen. I just didn't know when God was gonna do it. So, and I would always proclaim and say that, you know. And so, and some of them white and all kind of different colors, and so they didn't really understand when I was saying it. But when it happened, they came back full circle and was like, "Man, you said this was gonna happen." I was like, "I told y'all." Y'all didn't want to believe me. I was like, y'all think I sounded cocky when I was like, God don't want me to have a one liner. We call day players people that come in just for, you might somebody seem like a waitress or something, that somebody open the door or just somebody driving the car, they have a conversation. Right. Those are like day player roles and stuff. But guys showed me my career was gonna be a one and off. It wasn't gonna be no boop, 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 like 10 years, then you blow up. So I was kind of discouraged when I wasn't booking, but then I had to remember what God had showed me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's coming. But I had no idea that this school stuff came along. Like, to be honest, because it came through an email. Most of my auditions come from my agent, just to show you like how it was all God. They emailed me because they found me on an acting website called Backstage. I hadn't been on Backstage since 2012.
Okay.
So my latest picture was a selfie and like some theater stuff. So they didn't even know that I had been like a developed actor through all the rest of it. They just had a picture.
Hold on. So back up. So you saying that when the producers and the director was looking for a lead actor for this particular movie, they reached out to you. You didn't reach out to them, or your agency did?
Yeah, no, they reached out to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because see, that's what I'm saying. Like, God, when they be saying it, like, God gonna send me what's for you, God gonna send it straight to you. He literally will send it straight to you. Like, you be thinking it's gonna come to other people. That came straight to my email. Like, they emailed me, and I was like, at first I was like, what is this? Like, because they didn't tell me what it was for. So they was like, hey, we saw your information. We love your work. You know, send us some more stuff, and we'll consider it for a role. And I'm like, that's not even how that goes. But I'm like, okay, so. And they say sign this NDA to see what the role is for. I'm like, sign an NDA to see what the role is. That never happened. So I knew it was something big, but I was like, it's got to be something like independent. But me as a hungry actor, I really didn't care. Signed the paper, sent it off, and then it came back, and I saw the breakdown. It was DJ Screw, and I'm reading it. This is for the DJ Screw, but I'm reading that thing, and I was like, wait, it's the lead part? And I was like, I ain't gonna get no damn lead, whatever. So I was like, let me look up DJ Screw. Google DJ Screw, and I was like, damn, I kind of look like him a little bit. So I just did the audition. It was taped. I taped it, sent it in. Okay. It was all willy-nilly, like really right. It was at the lobby of my hotel. I was working night audit. Me and a friend of mine, we taped it. And before you know it, a couple of weeks later, after a couple of talks, and I got the part. So
when they told you,
it came straight to me.
When they told you, we want you to be the lead actor for this particular movie, what went through your head? What was your emotion?
To be honest, and that's what I tell people, like, I never got that moment, like, hey, congratulations, you got the role. It was more so like weeks and weeks of conversations.
Okay.
And it just got to a point to like different part of the process. And the last one was like, okay, we're going to fly you to Houston to meet the family and get approval. So in my mind, I'm like, if y'all flying me somewhere, so I was in New York in acting school. And so I'm on the phone, I just said it straight up, and I was like, wait, so that means I got the part? Like, it's been, because that was May when I auditioned, the end of May. This was July when I had this phone call. Okay. And I'm like, so this means I got the part? And it was like, I mean, well, we can't say that yet, but, you're the front runner, this is that. But all of the time, I had the part. They just didn't tell me.
Let me tell you something. You just said something that gave me chills that does not happen, but it used to happen in several areas of our life as a culture. They said, we have to bring you out here to meet the family. Nothing was happening until you met this man's family. That is so deep in so many ways that used to be everything. You had to take your girlfriend home to meet your grandmother. Like, you had to do everything through the family. And we've gotten so far away from that. So that like gave me chills when you said that, because that's deep. That's heavy.
Yeah, because honestly, after I did my research on a lot of biopics, a lot of actors don't really meet with the families. They'll know about them, especially the big actors. They'll know about them, but some of them don't even talk to like none of the family or the person. They have a different method of it, but this they kind of had to. You know what I'm saying? With Screw being such a big figure of who he is, it had to. And I was like, I hope these people approve of me. They like me. You know what I'm saying? So. But I don't even think it was an approval. I think they just were saying that because the family had already saw my tapes and stuff and everything. So that is, I went to Houston and I was just like, so I never really had that moment. Like I said, what happened in my mind was it's time to work. I didn't have that like, oh, I'm so excited. Nah, it was like time to work. Like I'm playing school. And then the more I started to dig into it, the more I realized how important it was. And I was like, oh shit. This who he is. I still have moments like that, like, dang, okay. So, yeah.
So the good thing is that when I'm listening to you, you're not just expressing the good side of it. You're expressing what you went through. You're expressing how being humble. And the key thing that you said, a lot of young people, not just young people, people in general, they don't understand when the opportunity comes, you got to be prepared. You was prepared.
Right. Preparation is key.
Right. Most people are not even prepared when that opportunity comes. You ask for something or you pray for something, and it comes, but you're not prepared to handle it. So,
because truly, with you being 27, you fall in that age group of the quote unquote millennial. So there's a lot of, I'm not ready. Can you do this? Can I do this? Can I come back tomorrow? You have to be ready. And like Adam says, even in our age group, you have to be ready. Sometimes there's no do-over. You don't get a second chance to go. So you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I mean, that's a real statement. So
exactly. And I pride myself on that, man. That's why, like, because the year before when I was teaching, I taught 6th grade math for like a semester because the teacher, like I was teaching acting, but then they pulled me in a classroom once they realized I had a degree. And then the kids did well on the elite test. And it was like, hey, can you come back? We're going to give you so much money. And I'm like, nah, that's not what I do. I wasn't supposed to do that for that long. First of all, it's the hardest job I've ever done in my life. First of all, I don't see how people teach us. It's the hardest job ever in life. Hardest thing. But I mean, I had to keep myself available. It was something in me that just knew I had to be available. Like, fighting with family and stuff, saying, oh no, you need to get a job and do this. And it's like, nah, I just know, let me just do this. Let me struggle for a little while. Y'all just hold me down. Let me sleep here for a little while. Let me go here for a little while. I know what God is telling me, and I can't get sidetracked from that because of what the world is doing. So, and I stuck with it. Literally, I was on my mom's, I was staying with my mom on the sofa in the living room when I got the part for DJ Screw.
So, for all my upcoming actors or actresses, what is some words of advice that you could give for them to pursue, or somebody that's about to give up and they're on the edge of a brink, or they about to go to that next level in their life, but they're about to give up? What are some words of encouragement you could give them?
I would just say, first of all, know that this is where you're supposed to be at, by knowing that, like, is this your natural gift? Because a lot of people do things and they feel like if they put so much energy into it, and it's going to work a little bit, but you can thrive in the stuff that you're naturally supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So first, look at acting, because if something that happened, if you're having hardships, you might not be that good or something, this might not be where you're supposed to be at. So get your confirmation from God first. Have you talk, do you a quick fast, a little 7-day fast. You know what I'm saying? God, is this where I'm supposed to be? Show me, give me a sign. And then most of the time for me, what happened for me personally, every time, because it happened a million times, every time I wanted to give up and go back to work, every time I get an audition. It never failed. Like, literally, I could be sitting in my car like, man, I ain't did nothing, I ain't booking nothing. I might just go back to work. I'm gonna work for a year, make me some money, get my own place. As soon as I tell you, as soon as I'm talking, my phone will go off. Phone audition. Every time. And I have friends the same way. That's how I knew I was meant to be there. You know what I'm saying? So, and just knowing that, I don't know, I just had a different attitude. Like, it's got to get done. Is this my only option? Like, make it your only option. If you make it your only option, you have no choice but to succeed in it, no matter how long it takes. If that's your only option, like if all you want to do is be an engineer, or if you want to be a makeup artist or something, if that's your only thing, if all your energy is being pulled into that 24/7, no matter when it get hard, when it get tough, it's your passion. So you're gonna shake that off and keep going, and then eventually it's gonna break open for you. It's not a movie, it's still in development.
So, Rashay, man, I appreciate you, man, for taking out your busy schedule and coming on the show and just expressing some stuff, how you feel, and sharing with us your passion, man. Your passion motivated some of us, to go out there and run through a wall, man. So, so I appreciate that, man. Where can the people find you?
You could add me on Instagram. It's Rosha, ROSHA_Washington. I have a Twitter, a DJ Screw Twitter that I haven't really been on that much. Is I am Rosha Wash, and that's it. I ain't getting my Facebook. That's personal.
Oh,
nah, but follow me on Instagram. You can follow the if you for updates on the project. All Screwed Up is the page on Instagram, and the agency is IYO Agency. If you're looking for any questions or anything with the production company, who you reach out to. But man, I look when you ask me, because most of the time I don't know. I've told 100 people no, because I couldn't at first, but now it's just like people that I know I've been knowing. Like I mean, I don't know if y'all know, that's like my coach from high school. I've been knowing him since I was 14, 15 years old.
Bless
So when
your
he
heart.
asked me, I was like, "What? Yes, that's easy. Yes, like, duh." I was like, "I got you." So this. It still feels surreal to be doing all of this. To be honest, it's like I don't know. It's crazy. Every day I wake up, I be like, "Damn, I'm going to DJ school." Like,
It's your
okay,
time, brother. It's your time.
yeah, look.
Time.
And that's what I tell people too. I'm like, look, God has no respect to person. Like, I'm no different. That's what I tell my friends. They be like, man, you so amazing. This, I'm like, look, you too. Like,
Why not
we ain't no,
you? I mean,
we
right.
ain't no different. Like, I'm in a whole. This is just my job. This is my arena. Acting is my arena. So getting a good acting job is like the big wow. But whatever you do, basketball, sports, music, rapping, like God can do the same thing for you. Like, I'm not no different from you. We sing together. Pray together, we do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not doing no behind the scenes like extra work for the Lord. He just decided to just give me an extra blessing. Like God has no respect to person, man. Like you just gotta trust him for real. Man. Let him have it. And when the hard times come, just be like, God, this what you told me. Like before I leave, because the year before that, 2018, I lost my grandmother and my brother in 8 months. In the same year, like shook our whole family. Like we was like, what's happening? Like first, my grandmother died January 1st, and we was like, it shook us. It was a hard death because we haven't done it in like 10 years. So I was like that summer, I was just getting over it. I was like, okay, God, you ain't gonna do nothing else. September came, my brother got killed. I was like, man, I was just talking to God, and I was just like, okay, you gotta do something. Literally, that's how I was praying. I was like, you gotta do something. Like, if you ain't about to take all of these 2 people in my life, and just not let it, you gotta do something. Literally, this was 2018. 2019 came around, screw.
Well, we definitely appreciate you letting us into your life, letting us into DJ Screw's life a little bit, getting to meet him before the people get to meet him. And I would like to wish you just blessings. May the Lord continue to enlarge your territory exponentially. You deserve it.
Thank you.
And, all the best to you.
Thank y'all for having me. I can't wait till we link up in person and when I come back to Houston or something.
Yeah, come
on. Look, when I get a little bigger, I'll come back and talk to y'all.
All right, guys, there you have it. This is the Culturally Distinct Podcast with Rosha Washington. You guys have a good one, and we out.
Peace, love.